Good morning. Good night. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Amber Rose, also known as the Religious Hippie. You can basically follow me on any social media platform. Just type in the Religious Hippie and you will find me. Coffee's hitting so good right now. I swear, is it just me or do people not know how to drive? Honestly, I don't know what it is, but this year there have been so many horrible drivers that I've seen on the road. And I'm wondering if most COVID kids, when they were teens, just skipped driver's ed because of COVID and just started getting their license when they were 18. I don't know, but drivers are terrible. Anyways, now that we went for our routine Dunkin' run, I am going to go home and then we will talk about our topic today.
So today's video is actually going to be about the First Friday devotions. So for 9 consecutive First Fridays, we have this devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. I already did the Immaculate Heart of Mary, the first Saturday devotions last year, but I never got around to doing the First Friday devotions. So that's basically what I'm going to do today. Also, Heather from A Catholic Mom's Life did a video very similar to this. Her video is very popular. I'm sure many of you have seen it, so I obviously want to give her some credit because she is the one that inspired me to continue this channel and to do this type of video and the First Saturday devotion video. So I'm linking her video below in the description. Please go check her out. I absolutely love her stuff. Her children are absolutely adorable, and I absolutely love her family. So if you guys have not checked out her channel yet, I linked it below in the description. But without further ado, let's get into this video. So the first thing is, where did this devotion come from? Well, at the end of the 17th century, Saint Mary Margaret was visited by Jesus. He appeared to her and asked her to spread the devotion to his Sacred Heart. Shortly after this vision, Saint Mary Margaret started spreading the 9 First Friday devotions and its requirements. So what are the requirements to complete this devotion? So every first Friday of the month for 9 consecutive months, you must go to Mass and receive the Eucharist in reparation for the sins committed against the Sacred Heart. And if you need to, go to confession beforehand because you need to receive communion in a state of grace. Now, a lot of people have said that the confession is not mandatory if you are already in a state of grace. However, I personally still like to do it just to make sure that I am receiving Jesus in a worthy way. But yeah, it's not specifically, like if you went to confession the day before, like on Thursday or something, you're good. Like if you're still in a state of grace, then you're good. And if you aren't sure, talk with your priest. You can print out the Bulldog Catholics PDF for an examination of conscience. This is one that I constantly suggest, and I will link that below for you guys as well. Really helps you to make a good confession. So there's a few reasons why we do this devotion. The first reason, obviously, is to make reparations for the sins committed against the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It's also for the conversion of sinners and for those who blaspheme him, that God will have mercy on their souls. But personally, for me, it's one of those ways that I can really give back to God. God owes us nothing. He created us. Like, that in itself is such a gift, and yet we constantly sin and we blaspheme him, we insult him, we crucify him, and it's so sad to me. And so this is one of those ways I can give back to God and make reparation for those sins that I've committed and that other people have committed as well. Now, when Jesus visited St. Mary Margaret, he also made 12 promises. So these are those promises from Mary Margaret. 1. I will give them all the graces necessary for their state in life. 2. I will give peace in their families. 3. I will console them in all of their troubles. 4. I will be their refuge in life and especially in death. 5. I will abundantly bless all their undertakings. 6. Sinners shall find in my heart the source and infinite ocean of mercy. 7. Tepid souls shall become fervent. 8. Fervent souls shall rise speedily to great perfection. 9. I will bless those places wherein the image of my Sacred Heart shall be exposed and venerated. 10. I will give to priests the power to touch the most hardened hearts. 11. Persons who propagate this devotion shall have their names eternally written in my heart. 12. In the access of the mercy of my heart, I promise you that all my powerful love will grant to all those who will receive communion on the first Fridays for 9 consecutive months the grace of final repentance. They will not die in my displeasure, nor without receiving the sacraments, and my heart will be their secure refuge in that last hour. So these are the promises that Jesus has made, and honestly, I have seen them come true in so many people's lives, and especially in my own. And this devotion is just so powerful. I highly suggest it to all people, especially families. While a lot of people do this devotion only for 9 months, I know a lot of people that just keep it going because it's just such a beautiful and powerful devotion. So you can do it for 9 consecutive months, but I always highly suggest going more than that and continuing doing it for as long as possible, honestly. And yes, if you do miss a day, you will have to start from the beginning again. I know it's kind of annoying, but it kind of gives us more incentive to stick with it and not to fall off the bandwagon. I also highly suggest for you guys to get a Sacred Heart of Jesus. I know that there are so many out there, and you guys have seen mine, which is from my great-great-grandmother right here. This is absolutely one of my favorite Sacred Hearts of Jesus I have ever owned. And I've only owned this one, so I guess I'm biased. Who cares? And the reason I bring this up is because on the 9th promise, Jesus says, "I will bless those places wherein the image of my Sacred Heart shall be exposed and venerated." And so this is my prayer corner. We also have a Sacred Heart of Jesus downstairs on our piano, which is a beautiful one. I still need to find a frame for it though, so it's pretty big. Gotta find a frame. But I highly suggest getting a Sacred Heart of Jesus and an Immaculate Heart of Mary. So you can usually get them in pairs. There's an Immaculate Heart of Mary and a Sacred Heart of Jesus. You can just get the Sacred Heart of Jesus, get the Immaculate Heart of Mary later, whatever works for you. I know sometimes they can be expensive. I highly suggest Etsy. They have some really beautiful art on there, and I can link some of my favorite below for you guys if you guys want to go check that out. So basically, as a summary, Jesus wanted a devotion to his Sacred Heart to be spread throughout the world. And so he went to St. Margaret Mary in order to spread this devotion, and she spread the devotion of 9 First Fridays. So basically what you want to do is you want to go to Mass, and you want to receive communion in a state of grace. If you are not in a state of grace, go to confession first, but then you want to offer that communion up for intentions of the Sacred Heart and for reparations of sins committed against the Sacred Heart. And you want to do this every single month on the first Friday of that month. So mark it on your calendars, set alarms, do all of that fun stuff, because again, if you fall off the bandwagon after like 5 or 6 months, even the 8th month, you're going to have to start from 1 again. And just to end this video, I wanted to read 2 things from St. Margaret Mary's Revelations. These are 2 things that Jesus said to her, and she wrote them down there in her writings, and I highly suggest reading her writings. They're very interesting. But this is what Jesus said. "Behold this heart, which has so loved men that it has spared nothing, even to exhausting and consuming itself in order to testify to its love. And in return, I receive from the greater part only ingratitude, by their irreverence and sacrilege, and by the coldness and contempt they have for me in this sacrament of love. I feel this more than all that I suffered during my passion. If only they would make me some return for my love, I should think but little of all I have done for them, and would wish, were it possible, to suffer still more. But the sole return they make for all my eagerness to do them good is to reject me and treat me with coldness. Do you at least console me by supplying for their ingratitude as far as you are able." And so that, my friends, is the reason we do these consecutive 9 days First Friday devotion. I hope this was helpful to those of you who wanted to start this devotion or maybe didn't even know about it. Let me know in the comments below what devotions you guys love or which ones you guys would want me to touch on next. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!